and welcome to the Tobar Express Stadium for this Northern Premier League Premier Division match between Whitby Town and Stocksbridge Park Steels. I'm your commentator this evening, Adam Allcroft, and it's finally here. 11 years of waiting for the Steels since they were relegated back in 2014. One dramatic playoff final, and the Steels are back in the Northern Premier League Premier Division against all the odds. It's a stunning time, and we can't wait. We had to wait a bit longer. We were on the bye week on the very first weekend. The footballing gods being particularly cruel with us, but here we are on the coast for our first game against Whitby, and it couldn't be much tougher. While Whitby were towards the bottom of the table last year, a few points above the relegation zone, Stocksbridge Park Steels have never won at this ground and have picked up only 3 victories against Whitby in 17 matches between the two. So let's go through the teams for you now. For Whitby Town, it's just one change from their Saturday's 2-1 win over Workington. It's Shane Bland in goal, Connor Smith, Sam Collins, Alex Nelson, Nathan McGinley, Ronnie McGrath, Leighton Watts, Lewis Hawkins, Matty Timon, who comes in for the injured Jake Charles, Donald Chimalio and James Harrison. Their bench is Harley Dawson, Aaron Haswell, Adam Gale, Michael Woods and Jarrett Rivers. For Stocksbridge, it's one change from the playoff final. Benjamin Townsend in goal, then Tom Charlesworth, Jack Tinker, Curtis Turner, the captain leading us into this season, Elliot Owen, Paul Iggledon, Danny Deakin, Alex O'Connor, Luke Rawson, Oliver Grejlek and Tommy Marshall, who scored the penalty that took us to this division. He replaces James Morris, who drops to the bench. There's 4 potential debutants on that bench. Jazz Gundry, he announced on loan from Sherwood Colliery earlier this week. Sam Kay, Jordan Barnett, James Morris and Jack Watson, who could make his second debut today. So we are 2 minutes away from kick-off here. The handshakes here between Lewis Hawkins and Curtis Turner, the captains for today. It's obviously his last game here back in 2014, a 3-0 loss, as they headed down back to the Northern Premier League. Step 4 is the South end. So final few checks here from our referee today, who is Macaulay Gibson. And this is the game we have been waiting for months, as Danny Deakin stands over the ball. Final few checks from our referee, and here we go. So Stocksbridge Park Steels get us underway in the claret shirts, claret shorts, claret socks here from left to right, while it is Whitby Town in the blue shirts with a red sash, white shorts and blue socks coming from right to left. Whitby Town not in their gone viral away kit, which has the Gothic cathedral, Gothic abbey that's behind the houses in front of us somewhere. As well, quickly goes out to play. Stocks get the throw in their own half on the right hand side. So ball with Tom, will go to Tom Charlesworth for this throw-in after when the ball is returned. If he can just hit the top of the stand here, just so it would dribble out and into the car park. So someone's window will need a bit of a check after this. Charlesworth throws in the middle to O'Connor, back to Charles, tried to get to it, but onto it first was Chimalio, who we know quite well from his Tadcaster Albion days. Always scores wherever he goes. So Stocksbridge get the throw-in now in the opposition half. Tom Charles going a good sprint to get the ball down, far down that right-hand side. Managers on the opposite side to us, on the terrace stand across from the main stand here. And Tom Charlesworth here on the halfway, naturally his throw-in, and he will take a few steps in before launching it downfield. Aimed at Luke Rawson, trying to head it on, but head away, and it will end up being coming off Rawson last. It's a Whitby throw-in. 1.5 minutes gone in this game. It's 0-0 between Whitby Town and Stocksbridge Park Steels. Back with Sam Collins to take the throw-in. Forward, O'Connor will head it out and goes into midfield. Well won by Grejlak, but it's a foul given by the referee, Macaulay Gibson. We will try and keep you up to date with other scorelines going on across the country today. Doncaster Rovers in a local fixture beating Middlesbrough 1-0, close the score after 11 minutes. back with a free kick. Shane Bland will take this free kick in the centre circle. Left foot chipped forward towards the left wing, goes over everyone's head. Claim that came off the Stocksbridge man, and those claims will succeed. It is a Whitby throw-in. Sam Collins will head over to left-hand side, being cheered on by the Seagulls here. We are very close to the sea. If you've never been to the Whitby ground, you can just see it through the terrace, well, not the terrace houses, but just through the houses to the left of us. That's the end, but Whitby are attacking at the moment as Chimalio just being monitored by Curtis Turner as he's forced backwards, back to Hawkins, who goes sideways to Nelson. Tried to go forward, but Deakin was monitoring him. Back it will go to Bland, takes the touch. Left foot will try to get it onto the left wing, looking for Collins, and Charlesworth will just get into Collins' way, and it will go out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. Taken quickly, back to Eggleton. He'll launch it upfield, looking for Rawson, who's having his shirt pulled there. Nothing will be given. It will go out for a Whitby throw. Thrown into the middle, and O'Connor will get the tackling back to Collins and back into defence with McGinley. All the way back to Bland. High ball forward, looking for Tinker, who will head it back towards Townsend, who will just take it 2 feet. Can pick it up when he wants to, but instead will take his time with it and roll it out in front of him before launching it forward, looking for Rawson. Heads it on. Tommy Marshall will get it. It's Bay Greshlack's in the middle, but Marshall is teetering line. Not far off. It was, at first we thought that lob cross was going to end up, well above the bar, but it ends up dipping almost at perfect moment, just wide of the post. I think it clipped a bit to the side, which went past. First chance of the game goes Tommy Marshall, who I don't think was trying to do that, but it almost worked out. Goal kick for Whitby. A cacophony of seagulls, as I think it's typical anytime we go close to a seaside ground, as Eildon gets a push from Matty Timon. It will be a free kick to Stocksbridge. There's the ball. We'll go back now for Eggleton. Across now to Charlesworth. Tried to send it down the channel. Rawson will chase it, but it's been held up well and cleared away. Challenge Chimalio, checks it down really nicely and gets it to Harrison. Now Whitby are on the attack. Whitby on the left wing. Charlesworth chasing to get back. Puts it sideways. Tinker's there to clear away. And O'Connor gets it next, knocks it on to Marshall. Marshall being penned in by 2 men. He's going to lose the ball here. Gets it back to O'Connor, trying to just get it away at the moment. Marshall will knock it off the legs of a Whitby man, and it will go out for a soccer throw-in. But there's just a little warning sign from this Whitby team. It was a really nice little chest down by Chimalio. Found Harrison well, who broke. Good crossing, but Jack Tinker just tucked in into centre-back to be able to clear it. Charlesworth sends the ball downfield, but it's far for Bland, and he will volley it away, out for a throw-in inside Stocksbridge's half. 5 minutes gone in this game. It is 0-0 here at the Tobar Express Stadium. Ball back with Charlesworth now. As Charlesworth just takes his time with the throw-in. Then he gives it back to Charles, knocks it forward, trying to find Rawson, but just out, and then O'Connor clips Collins as he was going through. It will be a free kick. No complaints about that one. O'Connor making sure he knew he was there. So Bland will come take this free kick very high up. Something we are quite familiar with Bracken more from the Ben Townsend's free kicks. He'll be doing something similar if Stockbridge get a similar sort of free kick. Ball goes right into the penalty area, head away by Eggleton. Goes out towards Leighton Watts, who collects it, tackled by Deakin, but Watts will get it back after it ricochets into his path. Into the corner flag he goes. Tinker and Deakin just swarming him at the moment. Goes out to play, and it will be given as a goal kick. Good work from Jack Tinker and Danny Deakin there. Hello, Harry Verity saying bonjour, listening live from France, I believe. Up in the north of France near Brest, and we won't be immature about that. Some other scorelines. Just seen within 4 minutes, Bradford City are 2-0 up on Blackburn Rovers in the Carabao Cup. Swan has scored the latest goal. Chesterfield also 1-0 down in the Carabao Cup. Mansfield Town leading Oates the score. will launch it forward. Headed away, and Charles will get a touch into midfield, takes a ricochet out to the left-hand side, and Whitby Town are having more of the possession at the moment. Forward to Chimalio, but Turner gets a good tackle in. It goes out for a Whitby throw. Will be a throw for Collins here, right in front of us on the halfway line. Takes his time with it, throws it to Chimalio, who brings it down well, being harassed by Turner, who's got a bit of his shirt. Chimalio turns out to Collins, tries to get forward, blocked by O'Connor, and Whitby have the throw-in. Back with Collins now for another throw-in. Down the middle, poor one, Turner heads it, but he heads it to Harrison. And 2 mistakes, and it could lead to a Whitby attack. Harrison slowly building it, slips it through to Collins, it's a great ball to Collins, but the offside flag is up. The Whitby fans are not happy about that. Can't blame them, it was a tight marginal call at best. Some goals in the Northern Premier League Premier Division. Guiseley are 1-0 up on Hebburn. Jordan Fulis has scored from the spot. Hebburn are down to 10 men as well. Aidan Haywood have been sent off. In the Northern Premier League East, Brighouse leading 1-0 against Newton Aycliffe through Danny Edwards, while Pontefract are 1-0 against Silsden, the newly promoted Silsden. Bailey Thompson the scorer. Ball goes forward, Marshall keeps it well. Forward trying to find Rawson, but collected by McGinley. Switches it out to Smith. Smith will carry it forward. He's not being pressed at the moment. Sends it down the channel. No one's in the channel. And Owen will collect it. Forward to Deakin. Back to Owen, who will send it forward, looking for Rawson. Headed into midfield and collected well by Grejlak. Grejlak will look to turn into an attack. Turns out to pressure well. Sideways to Charles is on the right to him. Plenty of space, but instead he's going to keep it on the left with Grejlak. Grejlak tries to pin the ball in. It's a poor ball. Rawson's trying to claim a corner, even though it was about 5 yards from any Whitby defender. It's a goal kick to Whitby. 9 minutes gone in this game. It is 0 here. So Plan will send this out. Launch forward, goes, bounces over one player. Tinker misjudges it. I think it got a little pull, but not given, as Grejlak's touch gives it almost given by Charlie. He's going to find all its way to a forward. Back it goes into midfield to McGrath. Stocksbridge, you can tell that this is their first game in some of the mistakes that they've made so far. Perhaps we do have the advantage from playing on Saturday, that dramatic win against Workington, as McGinley has the ball now into the midfield and back all the way to Bland. He'll take his time, then left-footed down the channel over the top. Charlesworth, it will go out for a throw-in, and it will be a Whitby throw-in. Charlesworth getting the last contact with his head. We'll be back here with Collins for the throw-in. From the middle, chest down well before Turner gets away, but only gives it back to Lewis Hawkins. Nice ball here to the right for Connor Smith, who's got a bit of space, keeps it in. Facing up with Oliver Grejlak, goes past Grejlak. Grejlak misses the sliding tackle. Smith is forced backwards though, going sideways at the moment. To Chimalio, whose touch takes him out. Marshall tried to get a foot in and eventually gets out to Charles, who now will find Marshall. Can Marshall gets a shunt from Collins, but Marshall still goes forward, getting his arm held, and he's going to continue with it. Goes sideways to Grejlak. Grejlak here towards the edge of the area, forward towards Marshall. Marshall's being forced towards the corner flag now, though. Back to Deakin. He's got options in the middle for a cross. He said he's going to go backwards here. Back to Turner. Tries to put a ball in, blocked, and it goes right to Whitby. And you just think Stockbridge there wasted a pretty good opportunity to create attackers. Now a counter could be on time, and one touch passing, and then a ball over the top looking for Harrison is too heavy. Back to Townsend it goes. You're noticing in this game there's a much quicker pace to what we've been used to in the East over the last 11 years. And the ball goes long. Rawson just goes under his foot and knocked sideways by the Whitby defence. Over to Collins, who will chase it here, keeps it in, then sends it forward looking for Timon. Ingledon will head it away, Turner then gets it to the right to Charlesworth, as I think the land train's just making its appearance in. And Rawson's getting pulled all around here, nothing given. Rawson appealing to the referee, Macaulay Gibson. He's not getting any of it though today. Now, back in defence for Whitby. Hello Lee Room saying, good luck lads, listening in Sheffield. Lee from Graphics. Happy to have you with us, Lee, on our opening game of the season. Good switch from Whitby. Finds Colin. Applause from the home fans for that one. Moves sideways to evade the press of Marshall. Goes here to McGrath and then gets it out to the right, and back it goes to Hawkins, the captain, who's been pressed by Deacon. He's going to have to get back to Nelson, who's getting pressed by Rawson. All the way back to Bland now. Stocksbridge press working well. Now to left hand side, Charles is looking to cut it out. When we're a header, he will do. Throwing to Whitby though within the Stocksbridge half. Guiseley 2-0 up on Hebburn. Udden Fulis has scored a second, and Stockton Town 1-0 up on Workington. Joshua Scott the scorer. Ball now with Nelson. Back it will go to Bland. Stocksbridge presses working well as Bland will get it out to looking towards the right and headed away well by Tinker, but only going to go back now to McGrath. In fact, trying to find the right side again. Will find it well, but then Deakin by tackles just giving it back to the midfielder into middle looking for Timon, but Eagledon steps in and clears it away. But it's only back now with Hawkins. Ball down the channel to the right hand side. Looking to get it onto his left, but being held up. Back out now to Hawkins, puts the ball in blocked. And then here comes a volley over the bar. And call that hit a house then for a second. It will be a goal kick. First shot from Whitby. Hyde United are ahead against our fellow Northern Premier League East promotee Cleethorpes Town. Lewis Rawsthorne, the scorer. Bishop Auckland are 1-0 on Ashington as well. Robbie Spence has scored. Ball forward from Townsend. Headed away. Charlesworth will return it. Marshall will look to get it, but Collins will just hoof that away. It will go out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. Now, if you are listening here to commentary, you can give us a donation. It's that little dollar sign next to the chat. You can show your support. Give us a super chat, and it does support our commentary and our travels here as Rawson tries to head this on to Marshall on the right wing. Marshall will get it, but he's got a man behind him as he's on the right wing. Wants to go out of space being held. Charles will clip it into the box. Gregshack heads it back, looking for Rawson. Chests it down. He's not got the right shot of the goal there. Has to get it back to Turner. Deacon pulls to the left hand side, and Turner wants it back on the left, but that's been blocked by Chimalio. Back defending well. Will go out for a throw in, and Whitby defend well in numbers. Chimalio, the forward, coming back well. We didn't usually see that when he was playing for Tadcaster. As Deacon lost one over the top, and Gregshack tries to bring it down, does, but only gives it to Nelson here, who just sends it out. Stocksbridge throwing, and Stocksbridge have a chance to try and keep the ball in the Whitby half for a bit. Something they haven't really done yet so far in this game. Back with Tinker now. Thrown it to Gregshack. We'll get back to Tinker, who gets a touch now to Deacon. Back to Tinker, puts a cross in. Good looking cross. No one gambles on it, straight to Bland. It's a decent cross with Tinker's right. Just Rawson didn't peel off his man and have a go at it. Neither did not Tommy Marshall. As Bland, long ball forward is headed out, will be a throw in for Whitby. As it's Connor Smith coming up to take it.
I've seen worse throw-ins.
And he'll throw it into the middle to Chimalio. Back to Smith, who knocks it over the top. But Owen will head it out and knocked on by Turner, held up by Rawson. Gives it to Gregshack, who's going to try and use a bit of pace. Gets past one. He's looking to get past Smith. Smith looks like he's got the stride on him, and he'll get it back to Bland, who will launch it away. And it's going to be headed back in by Deacon, looking for Rawson, but well cut out by McGrath, dropping into defensive midfield. On the right hand side, knocks it over the top. Owen will cover, and Owen will bring it back to Townsend. Left footed, sends it forward. Hit away by Nelson. Up into the air it goes. Brought down by Harrison into the middle. And O'Connor trying to wrestle for the ball a bit, but well held off by McGrath, who puts it back into defence now for Whitby. As McGinley will just return it to Bland after some pressing from Rawson. Left foot will try to get it over the top, but it's just a poor ball, and we'll go back to Townsend. 16 minutes gone in this game. It is 0-0 here. Back it go with Townsend, who rolls it out in front of him, and now right footed will launch it forward. Wilson will look for it, and he tried to peel back behind Nelson, and he will be penalised with a foul. Perhaps he should have got a couple of times before that. back. Bland will take this. Free kick. So back with Bland, who's taken plenty of the free kicks already for Whitby. Goes forward, Timon will knock it backwards to Collins, who takes it down well. Out to left and back to Collins. Marshall will press as Collins goes backwards. Back now to McGinley. Now all the way back to Bland. Bland will, in first half pass, McGinley, it's a poor passing. Now Stocksbridge will get a throw in halfway into Whitby's half. As it's Charlesworth now. Goes in the middle to Turner, then back to Charlesworth. Forward to Rawson. He's getting his shirt pulled there. He tries to find Marshall. I don't think Marshall's quite ready for it. Collins steps in, clears it out. Another throw for Stocksbridge. We didn't see shirt pulling really penalised in pre-season either, and it seems to be continuing in the season. Both teams have got away with a few incidents of it. As Charlesworth will come over to take the throw in. Thrown to Marshall, back to Charlesworth. Charlesworth tries to put the cross in, blocked, and then out for another throw in. I think Charlesworth was looking to get a corner kick on that one, knowing how strong the steals have been from them over the last couple of years. Charlesworth with another throw in. He's shouting him to go into the box, and then they cut short, and O'Connor tries to find Charlesworth. He keeps it in with his chest. Out to O'Connor, but Jamalio with a good tackle, and he keeps it before O'Connor with a big sliding tackle, and Alex O'Connor will be the first man in the book for the season for the Steels. He's trying to protest it. It's not a good protest. It's definitely a yellow card for Alex O'Connor, who gets a booking. He's going to get a talking to, and there he is. The first yellow of the season for Stocksbridge goes to Alex O'Connor, and I think that would have been evens on the betting charts. He was our most disciplined player last year. So a bit of Aussie fire from the midfielder as Bland gets into the box, headed towards goal, but Townsend will claim. Timon did well to win that header. Put it straight at Townsend, and now Townsend launched out quickly to Charlesworth. Charlesworth will come forward with it. They forward to Marshall, tries to get the touch beyond the man, but good work from Collins, stops him getting any further. 19 minutes gone, 0-0 between the two sides so far. As Guiseley are now 3-0 up on Hebburn. Jordan Fulis has got a hat-trick. Must be one of the quickest hat-tricks in Northern Premier League history, 17 minutes. As Charlesworth has the throw in here. To O'Connor, who tries to flick it on, but no one's there for the flick on, and it's cleared away. Eagleton gets his head in. There's a high foot from Timon, which will be penalised. It's a free kick, and Curtis Turner was looking to go to it, but I think Ben Townsend's hovering. But it will instead be a Turner free kick. And I will say, it is about, we'll be honest and fair here, it is about 10 yards ahead of where the foul actually happened. But the referee and none of the Whitby players have spotted it. Turner will claim it into the box, Bland's out to get it, punches it away. It's a race to be onto that punch, and it will be Jamalio the first onto it. He turns well from pressure. He's a classy little player, this forward, as it goes back to Timon, very deep at the moment. Centrally forward, nice little pass to Hawkins, and now out to the right to Leighton Watts, who will go one-on-one with Jack Tinker. Puts a cross in. Jamalio with a header, but he can't get the direction on it. It's wide of the far post. It's a goal kick, and a nice cross from Watts, and Jamalio was able to drift in well. He just couldn't get, well, it was, I think, the lack of neck muscle there. Couldn't get the power onto it to direct it into the opposite direction. It remains 0-0 here. As Stockton are now 2-0 up on Workington. Their new signing, Jake Pettigene, who came from Newton Aycliffe last year, has put them 2-0 up. He was one of the leading scorers in the East last year. Ball going forward, headed away by Collins, and Charles will track, volleyed over his head. Then O'Connor will head it on, but intercepted. Turner will fight for it. O'Connor knocks it out, and then Deakin will claim. Out to Grejlak, who puts essentially to Turner, and now the Steels will charge. Turner continuing forward at Rawson on the right-hand side. He's got Marshall in the middle. Looks to find Turner, blocked, and another throw in for Stocksbridge. Charlesworth will come up and take this throw in. Dunstan, the team we beat in that playoff final there, up 1-0 against Blythetown. Jude Swales, the scorer. Back now with Charlesworth. And now to Marshall, turns well, puts across in, looking for the near post. Rawson gets a shot, it's blocked, corner kick steals. Rawson just got enough space on that near post. There was a block there that stopped it going on target, and the Stocksbridge will get their first corner. And set pieces were such a strength for Stocksbridge last season. Elliot Owen and Paul Eagledon in the goals plenty. Luke Rawson as well scored from a corner kick in that semi-final against Belper Town. And those big targets are up there, but Elliot Owen is getting a big old hug from one of the defenders. And here comes the corner in, headed up into the air at the near post. Rawson will challenge, Bland punches it away, and it will find its way to McGrath, and he turns out under pressure from Grezlak. They clear it out, Turner will intercept. Turner under pressure from Chimalio. He'll have to get it back to O'Connor. Back it will go now to Charlesworth. Now we'll send one down the channel looking for Marshall. It's a nice ball curling. Very nice to keep it in. Marshall now takes it inside, and he's trying to look for some help. He's got two men on him. He's trying to get his way through, and he has got his way through. Puts across towards near post, and then knocked away before he can get to Rawson. Falls to Turner, knocks it forward, looks for Rawson, brings it down, looking to turn and shoot. Can't do that. We'll slip it back to Marshall on the right wing. Puts across in another block and another corner for Stocksbridge. Steels are having their best part of the game already. It's going to be another corner kick as Deacon will head over to take his second corner of this game in a matter of minutes. 23 minutes gone. 0-0 here. And Deacon will look to take this corner. A few little things going on in that box. There was some things happening last time. Elliot Owen was being completely held in the box on the last occasion. I think the referee has spotted that they were trying that again. And you might as well try it until you get stopped. Can't blame the Whitby defence on that one. As Cleethorpes have equalised against Hyde United, Jacob Grattan has scored from the spot. Here comes Deakin, look for the near post, good header away at the near post. O'Connor will try to head into the box, blocked again, goes out to the side. Chimalio will hold it up, and Turner will just be too heavy on his back, and it will be a free kick. Bit of afters between him and Ronnie McGrath. Ball will now go back to Bland for a free kick. That will relieve the pressure for Whitby for now, who have withstood some good Stocksbridge play in the last 5 minutes. Ball forward from Bland. Creates it in the box. Townsend will get a shunt from Matty Timon, and it's a late whistle from our referee. We weren't sure for a second if he was going to let that go. Matty Timon going right up for the ball with Townsend. And it will be a free kick. So back to be a free kick for Stocksbridge now. In the Northern Counties, Campion are 1-0 up against Pickering Town. Patrick Sykes the scorer. As Townsend will send the ball along, look for Rawson. Try to bring it down, but loses the ball out to Whitby. It's McGrath on the ball. Will send it back to Bland. Takes the touch. Holds up now. Left foot will send it downfield. Owen will head it away. Now Deacon will fight for it, but well won there by Hawkins. Knocks it over the top. Gets it here to Watts, who tries to dribble it out, and he does keep it in well, but then Tinker gets it. There's a pull on Tinker's arm, and it's a free kick to Stocksbridge. Jack Tinker doing a good job there defending. Also, the dog's not particularly happy with that. As Townsend will prepare to take this free kick. Matlock Town are 1-0 up against Lincoln United in the Northern Premier League East. Cameron Wilson scoring for the team relegated to that division. Well, going forward, head away into the field. O'Connor knocks it forward before it's cleared up. Owen will head it up away into the air. Turner fighting for it sideways, but loses out. Chimalio will continue forward, turns well onto his right, takes a shot. Met by a brilliant tackle by Turner. Chimalio gets the ball back though, and then Stocksbridge eventually do almost get away. They just pass it back to Collins. Collins out to the left now to Harrison. Harrison moving on this field, will take a shot. It ends up skimming on the ground, and Townsend will claim that pretty simply. Beverley Town were beaten by Hallam in the Northern Counties playoff final. They are 1-0 up on Parkgate. Macaulay Snellgrove has scored from the spot. Ball goes forward, no good bounce, and will be a free kick after McGinley held Rawson. will get a chance from a set piece, quite central set piece for the Steels. About halfway in the Whitby half, to about 5 to 10 yards to the right of the centre. Quite hard to deliver a ball from this sort of angle. But Danny Deakin, the set piece specialist for the Steels, will try to find a way. And he has got some big options. Ellie Toey, Luke Rawson, Paul Iggulden all up there. Alex O'Connor and Curtis Turner hovering on the edge of the area. Deakin lofts it in, looking for Owen. Gets a header, it's on target, but it bounced on the ground before Blanton gets it. There wasn't really enough found the free kick for Owen to get a load of power onto it that he needs. Ball goes forward. It's a good ball forward. Bounces, Charlesworth misses that header, but Townsend able to claim it. A moment of panic for that Steel's defence. And Charlesworth, who is still getting up to the speed of the game, I think, after this is a good ball from Townsend that finds Deakin on the left. Peeking the diagonal, looking for Rawson, but it's over the top of him. Cleared away by Collins. Deakin will track it, and it's knocked away here by Watson. It's going out. It will be a Stocksbridge throw-in. Launch forward, look for Rawson. Headed away into the middle. It's going to bounce Oakley almost towards a corner flag before Hawkins clears it away. Tinkle head it back into goal. Greshlet tries to chest it left, but then Hawkins is there again to clear it away. Owen gets it into midfield, tries to knock it to the left, and Tinkle will volley it forward. Bounces once before going out to play for a Whitby throw-in. 28 minutes gone in this game. It is 0-0 here. Dunstan are 2-0 up against Blythe Town. Josh Donaldson has scored from the spot. As throwing goes in, it's cleared away. Rawson wanted to get it to the left. He wanted someone peeling off there. No one was there. It goes out for a throw in. Ian Richards is the one who controls it. Back it goes to Smith. Throws it forward. Headed on into the midfield. And it's Tinker who knocks it away, but I think he got a bit of a clip on the ankle. He stays down as Deakin looking forward, look for Marshall, but then Bland will get it. But Tinker is staying down here after that, and he'll need some treatment from physio Liv Phillips. Just a bit of a late contact on his ankle, and you could tell he just felt that. I think it's one of those. I think it's a bit like when you don't realise your door's swinging behind you and it clips you on the back of the ankle. It just properly hurts more than it should do. Hopefully we'll be able to continue. So the ball, so we're just having stopped for treatment.
Maybe you want it.
£206.50.
So we're just waiting here as Tinker gets treatment from Liv Phillips. His first time in this division. 151st appearance. You won't like me saying this, but he is the Steels player with, well, this outfield Steels player with the most appearances and yet to score. Only the goalkeepers have less goals than him, and even one of them had a goal, David Ray. And Tinker is back to his feet. He will have to head off for a moment or so. But he should be okay to continue, which is good news for Stocksbridge. So we'll be back with Bland, who got the ball after Stocksbridge. Did try to launch an attack. And now the ball game will resume here on the 30th minute with Bland on the ball, taking his time with it. Rawson will now run to keep him honest. Left foot ball forward, headed on, going to go into the box, but too far ahead of Harrison. Townsend will claim. Townsend quickly getting it out towards Charlesworth. Charlesworth takes the touch, sends it downfield, but Collins will take the touch. Marshall will try to get onto it. Big Marshall took the touch, but the linesman, just as he was flagging for the throw-in, his flag has come off the pole it's attached to.
Flagged the right way though.
In the typical non-league fashion, we have got something that's an absolute farce. He went to put his flag up, and then it just flew off. And it is given a Stocksbridge way. Hey, The linesman now, who will throw it forward. Anthony Duffy is the man who's just had that happen to him, so sorry man, you ended up being quite a funny one. As the ball goes back to Charles here from the throw. Down the channel, it's just going to curl out and be a Whitby throw-in. 31 minutes gone here, 0-0 here. Harry going, if Tinker scores while I'm in France, I'll be fuming. Imagine if Tinker scored our first goal back in the Northern Premier League East for 11 years. It'd be a hell of a story. That last game we had was a 4-0 loss to Skelmersdale as Whitby were trying to get forward and Harrison was trying to get all the way through, and it will actually be a corner kick, the last touch coming from Turner. So the ball will go back now to be taken here by corner. First corner for Whitby, Leighton Watts will take. And there's potential of a short option as the home fans have now got into a bit of a voice here. And now shouting some orders out here. Ball in, going towards far post, well headed away by Owen, but we'll go out for another corner. Beautiful spot he found, but ended up being another corner. Give me a talking to one of the Whitby players as we prepare for the next corner. Our referee Macaulay Gibson obviously not too happy about something going on, but we will get another corner. Here comes the corner towards the near post, goes all the way through before it's ballooned into the air. I think Rawson, I don't think took any chances. He was trying to head it out to get a counter, but he weren't too sure who got that final touch. Will be another corner definitely now though. Here comes the corner, another one. Jamalio gets it towards goal and it drops before Townsend's able to just reach out to get it. I think Owen was covering two. 3 corners in a row and Steele survive. Townsend launching it forward for trying to get Marshall. Nelson will head it Marshall, trying to get it into the box, but it does, but Marshall can't get there. Bland will collect. So some goals to Rushall Olympic are 1-0 up against Leek. Anthony Dwyer the scorer, and FC United 1 up on Lancaster. Paul Ennis the scorer. Just one of those iconic FC United players. A bit of trickery from Ronnie O'Graff, found his way to be tackled in the end. And then Marshall's going all the way through. Now he's going to try and turn on the afterburners. Greshlight's calling for it in the middle. Marshall continues on his own. He's got no help as he's now being a bit bullied here by O'Graff as he's tackled and goes out for a Stocksbridge throw. Stocksbridge is a bit late on putting balls into the box at times. Charlesworth into the middle to O'Connor, back to Charlesworth, takes a touch, puts the cross in, head away at the corner of the box. Turner will try and keep the header on, but just gives it back to Schmalio, who will head it away. Brought down by Timon, he's being followed, but gets it back to Hawkins, and he's going to might lose the ball here. Turner bundles in, that goes in, just goes past Rawson and back to Collins, who's able to sweep up and get it back to the keeper. He launched it away. Owen will volley it right back. Greshlight could bring it in. Greshlight gets the touch, but then well tackled by Connor Smith, who gets it back to Bland, who boots that one away, and now could end up going to Watts here, who will have a bit of a tussle with Tinker, and Tinker does well, gets it away, but nothing's been given for. That's Tinker went down, and then Tinker goes back against the second tackle. Now Tinker will carry the ball forward. Ball going forward, looking for Greshlight. Looks onto Marshall, comes off the back of his leg, but Greshlight knocks it sideways to O'Connor, who's got a chance to run into it, onto some space on this right wing. Charles will still like an ocean. O'Connor will get in the middle. Rawson tries to get in the middle. Rawson dribbling. He's got the chance for the shot. Takes the shot. Just wide. Lou Rawson. He does really well to take it wide, to get the space for the shot. It becomes a bit of a tight angle. Takes the shot, goes right across the goal, past the far post. It's the best chance of Stocksbridge so far in this game. It remains 0-0 here after 35 minutes. Luke Rawson almost scoring Stockbridge's first goal in this division since Easter Monday 2014. Ball forward, headed on by Turner, then knocked away by O'Connor. Grezlak who's trying to fight through, but headed away by Smith and being well blocked by Hawkins, who gets down the right and then well cut out by Tinker, who then clears it downfield to stop it going out for a throw in. Nelson headed in midfield and Turner tries to get onto it first, but it will be Collins who shielded the ball well and allowed Turner to barge into the back of him and make it into a free kick. Warrington Rylands lead 1-0 against Bamber Bridge. Benjamin Hardcastle has scored. And Barton Town are 1-0 upon Horbury. Thomas Wardby has scored. That's in the Northern Counties. Ball forward switch to the right. It's a really good switch. To find Leighton Watson with some space. Tinker is trying to go one-on-one with him. Cross goes into the box. Back to goal is Harrison. Back it goes into midfield to McGrath, who will get it back to Collins. Stocksbridge pressing well. Sending it all the way back to Nelson. Nelson will try and switch it out to the right. And then chested down by Watts, but he can't control it. Will be out for the Stocksbridge throw-in. That'll stop the attack now. So it's been an even game here. Stocksbridge with a better chance there, but Chamalio had a good one just a few minutes before. Blythe Spartans have taken lead against Consett. Benjamin Showdwindy, the scorer, as Blythe are looking to just repair themselves in the East. I don't think they'll care about promotion too much this year, just get themselves in a stable position. They're doing a good job of it today. As Whitby got the ball back towards an attacking position, but just going to go back to Townsend, who takes it into his box. When timing will come up before Townsend picks it up. The ball will go forward. Rawson heads it on. Marshall controls it out to the right, looking for Rawson, but then cleared away. Knocked out to the middle and he'll go out into midfield and out for a Whitby throw-in.
Yeah, we're going to see it's only 30
So back it will go to the right-hand side with Connor Smith. Takes his time with just a few yards into the Stocksbridge half. He's really taking his time with it. In the middle to Chamalio, who will get fouled by Grezlak. It's a foul just inside the Stocksbridge half on that right-hand side. So it'll be a free kick and Bland will come to take it. Actually, Bland's taken it into his own half. Even though the foul was in Stocksbridge's half. Left-footed, Bland will take it to the far end of the box. Eagleton does well, heading it away. It will just go out for a Whitby throw-in. Back to Collins to take the throw-in. Throw forward, being controlled well by McGrath, but then loses control. It will go out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. Charlesworth now with the throw-in. Launch ball forward. He's trying to get it to Marshall, but it falls short and is headed away by McGinley into midfield. Chamalio switching towards Watson. Well read there by Tinker, who heads it away. Back it will go to Smith, who knocks it forward. Tinker will head it out. It will go out for a throw-in. Watts will take the throw-in. Or is he now going to leave it for Connor Smith? Yep, leaves it for Connor Smith in the end. Back but then cleared away. Rawson said sideways. Marshall drops back to collect. He's back to goal and he gets tackled and loses it to Hawkins, who gets out to Watts. Flick on, look at Chamalio. Some lovely football from Whitby. A beautiful back heel, powerful shots that ends up bouncing awkwardly wide in the end. The shot was the worst part about that. That was some liquid football from Whitby. That back heel from Chamalio, what would have been the assist of the year had that ended up being a goal. Some really good football, and I think that's something we're going to have to get accustomed to in this division, is that all the teams in the division are really capable of just turning someone on at a moment's notice and punishing you. And Townsend sending the ball forward, looking for Rawson, headed on toward Grezlak, trying to get it out on the right, and then there's a bit of a hack at him and it will be a free kick. And will be a free kick. I think Grezlak is holding his head here, but I thought the contact was on the ankle more than his head. Liv Phillips will come on. As it looks like it will be a booking at the... He was just... I think it's the fact it was a hack at when you've not really got much chance of getting the ball, which is why Sam Collins will end up being Whitby's first in the book tonight. It will be a chance for Danny Deakin to put a ball into the box. And that is the yellow card for Sam Collins confirmed. Barton Town are 2-0 on Horbury now. Thomas Wardby has scored again. So Danny Deakin will stand over the ball now, and again those big central defenders have made their way up for Stocksbridge. Just needs a bit more whip on it, this free kick, than some of the previous ones. Here, Curley will look for that far post, look for Marshall, and it goes back towards the goal. It's cleared away, almost off the line. Back to Turner, who takes it to the left-hand side, trying to keep it in. And it appeals that it's gone out. It's not gone out, according to the referees. In the corner, back it goes to Tinker, puts a high dangling cross in, headed away by Collins. And it's going to go left, and this could be a counter-attack. Harrison trying to get it over Deakin here. Deakin covering well, back to Charlesworth. Charlesworth sends it down the channel, look for Marshall. Marshall trying to hold it up. It's a bit of a tangle of legs, but Collins comes away with it. Collins puts in the middle, looking for Chimalio. Lovely pass to him. Gets a shot from Charles, but into the middle to McGrath. McGrath's continuing. He's not being pressed, and he tries to get through the legs of Tinker, and then he goes back to Hawkins. Hawkins will take the shot straight to Townsend into the middle. Owen will clear it away. Still on the edge of the area. Marshall's trying to get it out, but he's been tackled. Here comes McGrath. He's trying to do a few shaky legs, and then the tackle goes in from Owen, and then cleared away. The Steels survive for now, but Whitby back on the ball. Rawson trying to get a tackle in, does, but only gives it to Colin off the left. Back into the defence. Back to Collins again. Down the channel, forward. Headed it into the midfield, and then Turner will put it high up into the air. And then Grezlak will battle for it and lose out on it. Out to the left it goes to Harrison. Harrison crosses blocks, back to Harrison. Needs to be alive to it as it goes back to Collins now. Sideways goes to Nelson. We'll have 1 minute added time. As it goes sideways to Collins. Ball clipped across, headed on into the box. Tinker will get the header back to Townsend, who will calm this down for a few moments. Some excitement for Whitby on that occasion. Silsden have equalised against Pontefract. Sam Barker, the scorer, goes forward. Rawson heads it on, and it's a good touch by Grezlak. Holds it up, trying to get on. There's a bit of a trip on him, but there'll be no free kick given. I think got to the ball before the leg, as Harrison gets a tackle in from Charles, but Harrison will keep it, but in a deep position. Charles gets another ball. Charles will try to get it in his high up position. Lose the ball, but it goes to Marshall, trying to turn away from pressure, trying to go through. Collins doing just enough, and then it's cleared out, and then Turner will get it back to O'Connor. Then forward misses Turner. But Turner gets a tackle. Charles will try to get to it, but it's back now in the field, and then Charles with the side tackle will get to it, but it will go out for a Whitby throw. Just approaching into the minute of added time now. So the ball's back now with Collins. Ball going forward. Brought down well, but then O'Connor wins it back to Iggulden, who sends it forward to Rawson. Heads it on looking for Marshall, but then booted out by Collins. Makes it into the stand near us. So Stocksbridge will see if they can try and create a little chance out of the last 30 seconds of this game. The first half anyway. Back it now goes for Charlesworth. And the Steels carve out an opportunity. Forward to Rawson, chest down, forced out to the right. Looking for Marshall, and the overlap finds Marshall. Marshall takes the touch, puts a low one in, and it's blocked and out for a corner kick. And it looks like the last action of this half is going to be a Danny Deakin corner, his third of the game. So, big options in the middle, like Luke Rawson and Elliot Owen, your two main targets in there. High left one, looking for the far post. Bland will punch it. O'Connor will put it right back in. No, my Iggulden! Oh, the line! Paul Iggulden almost with the goal. It's a lovely flicked on ball by O'Connor. He gets the header on target. It's a great soft header. And it's there's some fans, I think, appealing. I don't know what they're appealing for. The fans are behind that goal. I don't think it crossed the line from our position, but it will be a fourth corner. Connor Smith clearing off the line. Deacon, another corner in towards the far post. Headed back into the 6-yard area. Blind can only punch it sideways. And that will be that. It's 0-0 at half-time here. Plenty of chances in this game. Both teams are going for it. You can't say they're not. And the Steels, though, so close to taking the lead here. Yeah. Paul Iggledon's chance being cleared off the line by Connor Smith. We'll see you in 15 minutes. Good evening, and we'll see you then. Tries to launch it forward, and Marshall tried to head it back, and it does find its way to Deakin. Deakin trying to turn back to Turner, who's going to send one over the channel. No one's there for it, though. Smith's able to clear it pretty simply. Knocked into the middle there by Watts, but Turner will get it back to Owen, not forward to Deakin. Back to Turner, to Tinker, then to Deakin, who will carry it forward. So forward, looking for Rawson. Good sign, tackle stopped it forward. Rawson will get it, but into the corner flag he will go. Tackle goes in. Both teams will appeal for it. Whitby will get it though. Whitby throw. So Whitby will have a throw in close to the flag.
Sorry guys, can I just get down there, please?
Yeah, there's
So,
play has been stopped. A bit of
So-
concern over one of the.
so we've got play stopped because it looks like one of the floodlights got off, and maybe
That light's been flicking for ages, but there's more concerning what's below it as well.
it looks like that floodlight to the left, on the left here, is on fire.
Yeah,
It's smoking. Yeah, and there's some sparks coming out of it, and that's, yeah. So we were just saying before that, it's a good job we didn't do this trip Tuesday night later on. Well, we could end up doing it a bit later on if this is not deemed safe to continue.
No, well, that floodlight won't be getting used against anytime soon, not that much. No. But unfortunately, we can't just.
So, so currently we've just got a bit of a delay in the game due to a smoking pylon.
Yeah, the concern.
Yeah, we're just getting confirmation on the picture. Is there is concern because this floodlight is on fire. We can see it sparking there.
One pylon, unfortunately.
It's over on the opposite side to us here at this ground. And it is a bit of a concern at the moment. We've just gone through quite a lot of haze getting here because there's a fire on the North York Moors. Saw a couple of fire engines on the way here.
Yeah,
And
that's
now-
not a good delay.
See it. And now you can clearly see the fire, yeah. You can actually now, that is igniting towards the top of there.
Well, the concern is that this. I mean, has someone given a steward a key?
So
No.
one of the stewards is heading over there now that we can see, but
Let's go and turn the floodlights off for starters.
I think, I'm not sure what one steward can do about this.
Yeah, stewards just look. We need someone with a key for the box over there to turn the lights off.
So we're not sure what's...
Darren, anybody with a key, just.
So we're just currently having this delay. It's not the sort of delay you'd ever expect at a game. I'm going to have to...
Someone is.
What's the frustrating is that whatever this game kicks off, I do have work tomorrow morning. I've got a 2.5 hour drive back here to my house.
Just.
So,
Any
yeah,
day
there's
that
a few
someone
more
with a key
trying to
can just go and turn them off.
it's just a few more attempts of ignition at the top here.
So
Watching it, so
when
it's,
stewards go around, they need to turn them.
these floodlights just show you they're like pylons going across from us here.
It'll just be a wire that's.
And yet that's staying on that fire.
Well, this is a breaking comment.
Well, we're going to end up on...
The basics are just trying to get somebody to do the common sense for ignition.
So if anyone else who might be tuning in and heard this online, hello everybody. We have
That should be Paul that has to do it.
we have a fire on the floodlights. That's delaying the game.
It's not like stewards are still there's only one looking up at the thing. Turn the thing off.
I can see a couple of volunteers now heading towards the floodlight.
Yeah.
But hello non-league football zone, non-league matters, all the other non-league discussion things that'll probably end up listening back to this to find out what the hell happened when that game got called off. There is a floodlight
looking at the fact
currently
that
on
it's
fire.
isolated, I think it's just it's one wire, isn't it?
You can hear, I've just heard it crackle as well. It definitely needs turning off. I think it's,
Yeah, we've finally got people over there.
well, as I've gone into the substation, but all the floodlights have just gone off
Yeah, this
now.
is the problem because it's all on one circuit. So
'Cause-
once that all goes, then the
Yeah,
whole
just
lot-
been informed by one of the commentators for the Whitby side It's all on one circuit.
Yeah, so essentially you've got this side of the ground's on one circuit, that side of the ground's on another.
So, has anyone got the torches out?
I mean, you can play on this, can't you? It's light enough for now.
Oh, there's going to be quite a few
We've played
of our older fans who are a bit reminiscent of playing games in the dark in the miners' strike in the 70s and 80s.
I think it was a 2018 call, I think it was. We actually played it half a match like this because half the lights went off just because of the faults. And
So-
we actually carried on. The good thing is it's not the fire burn anyway.
Yeah. Yes, could you say the fire has now stopped? It probably was just the spark creating a bit of fire. It didn't ignite anything on the side.
That's the blessing. It was high up.
So we haven't got a proper blaze going. That's what they'll say. The fire is now stopped.
Where Michael Jackson is now.
Well, put it this way, I don't think anyone can climb up those pylons to see.
As it comes on, and it comes on with a crackle, and then it turns off. So perhaps now we should be, hopefully be okay. We've got 3 floodlights on.
Always have a dark corner.
That one kind of blew up to the left for us, and that seems to have sorted the issue.
Yeah. So in short, that pylon is kaput.
In short, it's shorted.
Yeah. It's kaput, but is there enough light to play on here?
So I'd say there's enough light. Trust me, it's worse at Stocksbridge. We've got all the floodlights on. So
It's summer. It's lights on our side, no?
yeah.
I think we are going to carry on here with
Yes, the game will now resume.
Come on,
Now we're
Theo!
in the 50th minute of
Hey, come
football,
on, ref.
so we've got 5 minutes probably of added time definitely to come. At the very least, if one team's leading 1-0, there's a right to be annoyed because there's probably going to be about 8 minutes of added time on the end of this game. Perhaps getting on to 10.
Yeah, so it's going to be. I don't fancy taking a corner over there, but
Stocksbridge Park Steelers will be taking corner though, so we will get this game back underway with a Whitby throw-in. Ball goes ahead in the middle. O'Connor will get it forward before it's headed away by Hawkins. As it goes to Owen, who will return it to Townsend, who will send this forward. Headed away into by Nelson. And just missed by O'Connor. Would have been able to create a bit of opportunity for the Steels, but just carry forward to McGrath, who will carry it forward. That's right to Watts. Good pass in here. We'll try to find. Well won by McGrath, but McGrath is penalised for a foul, and I think the Steels have got away with that one a bit. A bit of over physicality there. It's hard to know what the line is. So back with Townsend now, who will send the ball forward. He's looking for Rawson, who knocks it on a bit towards Grajlak, holds it up, looks to turn, sends a diagonal, but no one's there for it. Bland will collect it as it goes into his box. Takes his time with it now, before dropping on the ground in that little patch of darkness over there. Sending it forward, headed on, goes to Tinker, out towards the left he goes, sends it down but blocked, and this could be an attack for Whitby, but then it's a heavy touch, just kept in though by Watts, but then covered by Tinker, who goes and recovers his error, and he will go out for a goal kick. I've got to tell you about in the second half. Jay Fitzmartin has given FC United a 2-0 lead against Lancaster, while Hednesford, who are one of the favourites for this league, despite being promoted through the playoffs from the West, they're 1-0 against Warrington Town. Niall Watson has scored. And Lincoln United have equalised against Matlock Town. Elliot Dye the scorer. Ball going forward, headed away. Out it goes to Watts, who volleys it forward, but read by Charles, who will get it back to Townsend, who will boot it forward. Headed up away by Nelson. Owen will return it. Over to the right. And it gets it forward now to Hawkins. Gets past his man, but then read by 10. But there's a foul on Hawkins. And I think it's evened out that sort of not so much of a foul there. That's a not so much of a foul that's now been equalled. Connor Smith with the free kick. Will take his time. He's just inside the Whitby half. Sends it diagonal into the box. Brought down really well by Timon, but then Owen got put in and cleared away. Back to the Whitby midfield. They get it out to Smith, who takes the touch. Out to Watts, who puts the ball in, but Owen stretches and clears it out. Grezlak will look to bring it down. Can't do so the first attempt. Second attempt will just volley it forward, look for Rawson. Nelson will head it out. Grezlak fights for it, loses that fight to Hawkins, but then he's tackled and goes to Rawson, trying to get out to the left, and foot goes in, he's trying to keep it in, goes out, will be a Stocksbridge throw-in. And McGrath is really not happy about that. He was sure it was a Whitby throw-in.
A more dramatic start to the season. We've had a bus breakdown. Oil all over and lay by and all over the back of the bus.
Tower back with Tinker.
34th minute winner. Now Floodlight catches by.
Tinker launching it forward. Rawson will head it on. Goes over the defender. Bland will get to it first. Marshall and Grezlak were racing to be the man on it. Do wonder who gets the advantage, defence or attack, with the gone out Floodlight over at that direction. As Whitby tried to keep the ball in, but just end up backing it out of play. Back it will Tinker, throws it middle, two-turn, and then back to Tinker, right-footed, will send it forward. Strong header by McGinley up into the air, then Hawkins gets it back and tough right to Grezlak, gets a bit of contact there as he tried to go through, and nothing is given for that as Owen will head it out into the middle, looking for O'Connor. Chimalio will control it. He drops very deep, Chimalio, as he gets through, but Owen by Tinker tried to get it to the right, but no one there. Collins unstepped out to the left, and Charles wins it, and now Charles will go forward, holds it up, he wants someone to help him, gets it to turn in out to Rawson. Rawson's got help with Charles on the right. He's going to try and find Charles, but the slip-through pass is blocked and cleared. Owen will get it, and Owen's going to go way forward. Send it forward, look for Grezlak. Owen needs to get back in defensive because there's a bit of a gap here. And as Tinker is beaten, that gap might be found as the ball's not forward to Timon. And he gets it past Charlesworth. Townsend's out to game it. Charlton's gone to a very narrow angle. And Townsend, with a traditional defender's tackle, gets it away out for a Whitby throw-in. Out for the left, Whitby on the attack. Puts the ball in blocked. Out it goes here. Marshall clear it out. Wilson trying to turn. He's being held. And then he'll carry on. Nothing given by the referee again as it goes back to Bland now. Takes it short. Grezlak will press as Whitby not looking totally comfortable as it goes back to Bland, who will just boot this one away. And now the ball goes here to Owen, who gets it forward to O'Connor. Back now to Charlesworth. Charlesworth now will knock it forward. Looking for Marshall, but head away by Collins to Rawson. Looking for Marshall again, but Collins reads it. Back to Bland. Bland up into the air. Looking for Watts, who heads it on, but only to Owen. Owen will take it forward now. Now to Tinker. Tinker will carry it forward. Slips it through, looking for Marshall, but misses it, and then Durkin will get a tackle and goes out play. Throwing to Whitby. 57 minutes gone in this game, but we will have plenty of added time. Guiseley now 4-0 up on Hebburn. Taylor Bowen has scored the second penalty of the game. As ball cleared out to Turner, who will get it. Turner will carry it on, trying to get to right to Marshall, holding up because not confident about taking on that man now as he goes back to Charles, knocking it over the top. Here it's a good ball, looking for Alex O'Connor, who brings it down well. He gives it back here to Turner, then back to O'Connor, and then back out to Marshall. Marshall puts the cross in high left one, look for the far post. Bland claims it well with Rawson hovering. Cleveland's Town at 2-1 up on Hyde United after being 1-0 down. James Blunden has scored. Ball launched forward now. As Ingleton almost knocks it and just robs the ball then off Watts, but then they lose the ball high up the pitch. Harrison on the ball now. Gets past his man well as Harrison goes down the left-hand side, holding the ball up onto his right, putting a cross in, takes a bit of a deflection, and that allows Charles to step in and clear it away. And he goes all the way back in the defence and flicked over to Nelson. Facing his own goal at the moment, turns and gets it to Connor Smith. Taking the touch and back it goes to Nelson. And then to McGinley, then to Nelson. Stocksbridge press, but that pass gets past Grezlak, and they do beat the press on that occasion. Connor Smith now cutting on the inside. Now hold it up. Gets knocked out to McGrath as Whitby come forward. McGrath will put a dangling cross towards that far post. Timon heads it back into the middle. Jamelio takes a shot, blocked. And then it goes back to Harrison. Delays his first shot, takes a second shot, takes a deflection, and Tinker able to head it away. Now to Whitby, who will get it back out to the right, to Watts. facing up one-on-one with his man. Moves to the left, trying to knock in the middle, takes the deflection off. Grejlak, who's trying to get the counter, gets deflection, shirt pulled, and that will be a free kick. And I can see Lewis Hawkins ending up in the book, and he will end up in the book for Whitby's second yellow of the game. That's for denying the counter-attack. Plenty of goals happening in the Northern Premier League East. Loris Soriando had put Emily ahead against Bradford Park Avenue before 2 minutes later Louis Charlton had equalised for Park Avenue. Concert equalised against Blythe Spartan, Matthew Todd the scorer, and Joey Hope equalised for Newton Aycliffe against Brighouse. Parkgate have equalised against Beverley Town as well through Alex Wanham.
I always think when the Stocksbridge are playing on Saturday, Adam just doing a goal service like Sky Sports News on all this.
So the ball back to Townsend for the free kick. Ball very low, flat one. Rawson's going to try and see if he can get onto that, but Bland claims it just before he got to it. It's a nice idea from Townsend. Ball quickly put out to Watts here, who's going to go one-on-one with Tinker. Tinker got his foot in, out for a throw-in on the halfway line. Thrown in here by Collins. Deacon knocks it forward, and it goes back to McGrath. Back it goes to Smith. Into the middle. To Hawkins. Sends it forward. Some nice one-touch pass into Chamalio. Deflection almost gave it back to Whitby, but then Stocksbridge clear and Tom Charles will get it, and he's just going to launch this downfield. Rawson will see what he can do with it. Headed back though by McGinley to Bland. 61 minutes gone in this game. Reigns 0-0 here.
Work it all, work
Ball
it.
back to Smith, who will carry it forward.
Well done all. Excellent.
Smith holds it up into midfield to
Well
McGrath.
played, keep going,
Then
Steele.
back it goes to Nelson, then McGinley. McGinley then to Nelson again as Whitby try to figure out their plan of attack. They go down the right, McGrath who's pulled onto the right hand side here. Graves like wrestling here. Going to pull in and shove in between the two as McGrath will continue despite that. Goes down the right. Not it looking at McGrath, bit loose, and that allowed Turner getting a bit of Turner, gives it back. McGrath will take it. Shot look for the near post. Townsend sees it all the way and claims it. Chesterfield 2-0 down the Carabao Cup. Evans scored as Townsend looked for the quick ball out forward, but he just ends up getting it back to Whitby through the throw-in. Ball goes out to Smith, out to Nelson, who knocks it forward. Turner goes in the middle to O'Connor, tries to get it to Deacon, but then blocked. But then it's back with Elliot Owen. Owen sends it down the channel. Grejlak was offside, and it will be back for Bland. Bit of a shock score, well, not a shock score line. Gainsborough Trinity were the shock score line of Saturday, losing 3-0 to Ashton. They're now 1-0 for Ilkeston. Javel Clark, the scorer. Ball launched forward by Bland. Headed on, and it's going to go to the right-hand side here. Well, picked up here. And by Watson, he's going to be tackled by Tinker, who clears it away. Headed on into the midfield. Back out to Smith. Forward. And then blocked, and we'll go out for the goal kick. Thrown forward, head away by Tinker. We'll then go to Deacon, who clears it out. Grejlak fights for it, loses track of the ball, but Grejlak then just volleys away. We'll just go back to Bland as the Steels are having a bit of a long spell of the game. We aren't seeing much of the ball. As Bland is halfway up in the Whitby half. Left foot. Sending it forwards. Charlesworth will try to get it headed away by Charlesworth. Marshall's racing to be the man on it. He is. He's brought down, and that will be a free kick. I think two arms on the back of Tommy Marshall, and the free kick is given. As we will have this free kick go into the darkness. I'm not sure if that's an advantage for the attack or the defence. Turner. A few yards in.
It just seems everything, we've had a court case now got a dark corner.
So good chance for Turner to get the ball into the box. It will be from very deep, so you'd have to rely on a Whitby mistake, but we'll see if we can cause one. Ball will make it into the box. I think Owen and Ingledon fought for it with each other and ends up knocking it out of play for a goal kick. So as this side of the ground on the left does descend into darkness, and the night does get a bit darker and darker, I do think it's a bit suitable for arguably one of Whitby's most famous, well, temporary residents of Dracula, who, according to the Bram Stoker novel, made his way through Whitby. and is now inspired the Whitby Town away shirt, which has gone viral over the last month.
Go on, Luke.
At the very least, he might have caused that, and he might be standing in that corner enjoying the match. At the very least, the match doesn't suck, even though it's a 0-0. Ball back for Tinker. Forward to Rawson, then to Deakin, knocked over the top, looking for Jack Tinker. He's on the back with Nelson. Nelson, is that a handball? It looked like it could have been one. I think the thing that might have saved him was it was a natural position. He kept his arms low and down. And I think that has saved Nelson, because there was clear contact with the hand of Alex Nelson. But it's the natural position that saved him on that occasion. Back into defence to McGinley now. Helgun Pillman saying, come on you mighty Steels. Well, with Collins on the left. Sending down the channel, but tied by Charles. If we're going to lost the ball here. And here comes Whitby on the attack. Cross into the middle. Owen heads it up into the air, but it's not fully away. Whitby looking to bring it down. McGrath takes a shot, good looking shot. Wide of the far post. Steele just not clearing the lines properly. Whitby are making their substitution, and it's going to be Leighton Watts making his way off, and he's going to be replaced by Michael Woods, the former EFL professional. And he was the man who scored Whitby's first goal on Saturday against Workington, the equaliser that brought them back into the game.
Substitution for Whitby Town coming down number 16, Michael Woods.
There's another substitution. Lewis Hawkins is heading off. He's going to be replaced by Adam Gell.
Substitution time, 66 minutes.
Oh.
56 minutes.
Yeah, whatever it actually is. I've got to go with that.
Be a lot of injury time as well.
No, that's all the substitutes, all minute. Ball's now back for Townsend as Whitby have made the first few changes.
The yellow card as well, I think.
As the ball went forward, hit away by McGinley and cleared out to Timon before ball knocked to the left wing. King will be chased here by Timon, where it goes out for a throw-in. Stocksbridge will get the ball back. Stockton are now 3-0 up on Workington. Michael Sweet, the scorer, and Sam Whittall has doubled the lead for Rushall Olympic away at Leek. Ball goes out and then knocked out and will be cleared away. And then Nolly Grayslake will try and see if he's got between the two men. First touch, he's trying to get beyond Nelson. Nelson's got a bit of pace though. Grayslake goes through though. He's managed to get past Nelson on left wing. Puts a cross in near post, cleared away. And then will be cleared out. Ball out into the middle. O'Connor into the middle now to Eagledon. Out to Charles. I don't think quite expected it, but and then loses the ball to Tremalio. But then a good slam time from Charlesworth gets the ball back. Can you tell his dad's in front of me? From that little scream of anguish. I've got Dad Rowe in front of me. We only need Dave Tinker, to be honest, to make it up. As the ball's here with Sam Collins, thrown in the middle, but then cleared right back out. It's another throw-in, and we'll do it all over again. Newton Aycliffe have taken the lead against Brighouse. Brennan hits Fitzpatrick, the scorer, and then Matlock have also taken the lead against Lincoln. Montel Gibson, the scorer. Ball is now switched out to Connor Smith. It's a lovely switch. Smith brings it down in space. Back into the midfield to Woods, the substitute's first toucher since coming on. Forwards to Timon, then back to Gell. Then over to the left, and it breaks through into the box, but too far for Tremalio. Townsend will claim it. Going out quickly to Charlesworth. Charlesworth will now carry it forward. Continuing forward, not being pressed, knocked in over the top. Bland's coming well out to his goal to try and get to this, and he does. He volleys it into the floodlight. We don't need any more damage for that floodlight over there. It might start something. As Charlesworth will get the throw in. 69 minutes. Charlesworth will launch it into the box. Rawson trying to hold it up, but he'll lose it, and it is cleared away. Into the midfield it goes, and Owen shoves his man over. Nothing given for that, shockingly. Ball lofted towards Greshlight, headed away, and it will go out for a corner kick. And if the Stocksbridge score from this corner, there might be a bit of controversy, because Elliot Owen got away with one there. Stocksbridge are preparing to make a substitution over there. Can see the board going up. The darkness over on that side of the ground is really causing me to struggle identifying who's the man who's about to come on, though. Might be Jazz Gundry. Can't see the numbers of this light. So here comes the corner, which is being taken from the light end where the floodlight is working into the dark side. Ball lofted towards the far post. Bland claims it well. He doesn't need floodlights, it turns out, as he claims it very well. Turner's first corner of this game that was, and it was straight to Bland in the end. Now Whitby will carry it forward, trying to get to right hand side to Chimalio, who just struggled with his first touch, but the tackle does give it as a throw-in to Whitby, as the Seasiders get us underway again. Into midfield, Collins will now get it over to Woods, who's dropped deep to collect this. Now back to Collins. And then back into defence, and might be Jack Watson coming on for Stocksbridge. Looking at it, Chimalio's just been laid off the ball, and he's running at the defence, but then forced backwards. But then he turns his man, and he's continuing out to the left here to Collins, who got some space. He's going to cut in after being pressed by O'Connor. He's being forced backwards now. Back it goes to Woods, and then back it will go to Nelson, and the Steels press working really well at holding shape. Wood back to Nelson, and back to Bland.
Keep going, lads.
Forward to McGinley, who will carry it forward. Holds up the ball and back into defence. He'll take it and take this pass forward to the left-hand side, and Harrison thought he got the beating of his man there, but a touch off Charles goes out for a throw-in. And Stocksbridge will make the substitute now. Might be a couple of subs here. So the first sub is Oliver Greshlight coming off, and James Morris will come on. That's going to add a lot more height to this forward line for the Steels. And also Jack Watson will be coming on. He'll be coming on for Tommy Marshall. So Jack Watson, who will be coming on here. Second debut for him. As he will look to make an impression. He was the second top scorer in his only season with the Steels. Wasn't a great season though. We had to fight against relegation from the Northern Premier League East. Oh, good switch here for Whitby. Connor Smith in loads of space. He's going to go down the right-hand side. Morris, who's on the pitch, is trying to defend. Down out the right here to Harrison, who's been met with a tinker. Tackle going in, and Whitby keeping it to Smith, who lays it off backwards. Then he pressed by Morris. Back it will go to Woods now. Woods is taking a few steps forward, diagonal over to the far end of the box. Brought down really well. Last-minute tackle here from Eagledon, and it will go out for a corner kick. Brilliant tackle by Eagledon. Steels will have to defend from the set piece now. "72 minutes gone." Well, actually 73 minutes gone as we get close to the end of the game, but it will be a bit longer than we expect because of the thing. Ball looking for the far post, good header away, and then headed out by O'Connor. Deacon misses the header, and it will just go back to Connor Smith. Gets it out to the right now to Harrison, puts the cross in low. Owen, he'll head it away. Deacon will get it, can't control it, and it gives it back to Whitby. And Stocksbridge are just losing control in midfield at the moment. They can't ever seem to get their foot on the ball. As Bland will send this forward. Charlesworth will read it, and he will head it back to Townsend. And hopefully that'll end that period of pressure. Hull City leading 2-1 in the Carabao Cup against Wrexham. Nadala has scored for the Tigers. Ball going forward. Rawson tries to control it, but it just comes off into a Whitby defender. And then a good sideways pass to Connor Smith, who is having a great game for Whitby. Connor Smith. He got the winner for them on Saturday. It's a horizontal pass here to Gell. Gell will try to get the pass, but a sliding block by Turner gets it away, and Tinker will clear it out. Rawson trying to go forward. He's being held here by McGinley. It makes its way back to Bland. Bland, good control there to get it back to Nelson. Short pass into Gell, and then back to Bland. And it's gone back now to Bland, who switches it over to the right to Smith. Controlled well. taking it forward. Then back it goes to Wood. Fast forward to Timon, he'll try to hold it up, but he misplaces it. Will be collected by Charlesworth. Forward to O'Connor, gets it first time now to Watson. First time we've seen him on the ball. And he's going to look to use his pace, but it's been well tracked here by Collins, and he'll try to force it back, and it will end up with O'Connor. Heads it forward to Rawson, who tries to control it. He will lose the ball though, and back it will go to Bland. I wonder if we might see Jordan Barnett on at some point as well in the near future. He can play left wing or left back, or central midfield. So here comes the ball, clipped forward, looking for Timon, holding up the ball as he goes back into Gell, switching it out to Smith, who heads it back into defence to Woods. Yeah, good. Woods now will look for the diagonal. Could be a good diagonal here, but Townsend will have to jump to catch it, and he does. The ball is launched forward. It's a good launch forward, but headed away by Morris, and Turner misses that tackle. Well done by Harrison, but then well in by O'Connor. Trying to get the ball to Morris. Morris is in an offside position. Rawson will collect it now, is he? Then get out to Watson. Watson will have a chance to run at his man. Takes a shot, blocked, and then cleared away. Chimalia will drop deep to get to this. Charles, a great sliding tackle. It finds Watson. Back to goal, back to Charles, who clips over the top. Look for Rawson. Too heavy. Back it will go to Bland.
Unlucky lads, keep going. Come on.
Back out quickly to Connor Smith. Smith into midfield now for Hawkins. Back to Woods. He takes his time. He has Woods, who has the captain's armband after he replaced Lewis Hawkins. Ball going forward, and McGinley just bundled through Jack Watson, and then he will give it back to Nelson, which gets a bit of a disgruntlement from these home Whitby fans. Smith going sideways now to Woods. Woods sideways now to Gell. Gell will now loft it over the top. Owen will head it away, won't take a chance, gives it to Timon, takes the volley, blocked. It falls to Harrison on the right hand side, who's got a chance to put a cross in. Back to Smith. Smith will take the whipped cross, and it's out too high for everyone, goes out for the goal kick. 77 minutes gone in this game, and James Harrison, who's been a lively force for Whitby, is going to be heading off. He'll be replaced by Jarrett Rivers, so we'll see how he runs in the rest of this half.
Third substitution for Whitby Town, number 17, Jarrett Rivers, replacing number 11, James Harris. Substitution
We'll now
time, 78 minutes.
be back with Townsend to take this goal kick. Ball going forward here. Comes off. Rawson will try to get to it, but Chimalio gets it back into midfield. But he tried to dribble it out away, and it will be a Stocksbridge throw-in. Stocksbridge just told to calm it down. Hallam are 1-0 up at North Ferriby. Stephen Brogan has scored from the spot. So having a good introduction to the Northern Premier League East. Good turn here from Deacon, who goes forward. He's going to try and charge forward here. Tackle goes in. It will be a throw-in. So we'll be back here for Charlesworth. Charlesworth throwing it, knocked out to the right, but cleared out. Will be out for another throw-in. But this time it'll be Whitby's. It took a touch off Charles, I think, as he came out. So, ball is back here on the left for Collins to take. Ball goes forward, headed away into the air, and then out to play for a throw-in. Back out, and Charles will take it. Hopefully this time it's all need to more to just being a point to back to Whitby again. 0-0 here with 79 minutes gone. Charles with the throw. Thrown to the right here as to Watson. Tries to lay it off for Charles. He's been blocked by by Collins though, and it's going to go out for another Whitby throw right next to the corner flag.
Very long shadows in that corner.
In that dark corner under the light.
Rundown of scores in the North Premier National Prescott 0. Cleethorpes
Stockton now 4-0 up on Workington. Kevin Hayes the scorer. Stockton looking to create another promotion push. They were never beaten in the playoffs. They went out after playing an ineligible player. The ball cleared out. Owen will volley it forward to the right wing. Watson headed back and then put into the box. A booming fall and went over the bar in the end, as it could have turned into a shot. It will be a goal kickers. Now, just to curse this game even more, under those lights that were on fire, Mark Shields has gone down with a hamstring injury. That's the linesman there.
Oh dear.
I hope Innocent Extras is ready to ask for any referees that are available in the crowd.
Typically, we do actually have a lad who could run the line, but he's not here.
Oh, so yes, apparently this is the one who could have run the line normally here, but he's not here. I think.
Bring him up. Can he come?
So welcome to Whitby Town versus Stocksbridge Park Steels, the Curse of Dracula.
No.
So we have no fourth official in this level, as Elliot Johnson has just scored a penalty for Huddersfield Town, puts them 2-0 up. As we now wait even longer, we're going to have like 15 minutes of added time here, if we even get to continue this game.
The day-nighter concept coming into football, isn't it? We're going to play
So Stocksbridge's return to the Northern Premier League Premier Division is a bit of a farce at this point.
In fairness, it's par for the course for us, because we had it Saturday as well.
So we've had over here, the linesman's flag fell off, then the floodlight set on fire, and now the linesman is injured.
Yeah, I mean, we had it on Saturday where a lines got wiped out, but that Eve got straight back up.
It's just, what is... This is,
Welcome
he's
to the
up,
NPL Premier.
the linesman, you know, I thought NPL Premier,
Sunday League
He's
things
hobbling.
hover around the edge of a
I got-
box.
Yeah, what's the crack here?
so we're just going to see what's happening. Is he going to continue, or are we having to ask if there is another linesman available to officiate? We did have this a couple of years ago when we played in our last game of the season against Dunstan in 2024. It ended up being one of the Dunstan substitutes' dads who played it, but he will continue, our linesman. So good on Mark Shields. As the game resumes, headed on by Timon, away by Owen. Out it goes to Gell, who will knock it forward. Jamali will knock it forward and almost bundled away through. And was that a trip on the edge of the box? The referee says not. Chucked out quickly to Deakin by Townsend. He will carry it forward. Sent down the channel for Rawson to try and challenge. I think it went out to play, and that's what the linesman, whose flag is staying attached to his pole, says. A Whitby throw-in. 83 minutes gone in this game. Here comes a Stocksbridge substitute, and we missed the number.
6 minutes for
Alex O'Connor and Luke Rawson are going to be heading off.
We've got 2 more coming on now.
Number 9.
So Jordan Barnett's one of the people coming on for the Steels. He will make his debut for Stocksbridge. No, so it looks like there's going to be a substitution for Whitby as well. Jordan Barnett's coming on. Luke Rawson's gone off, and so Alex O'Connor. So we've identified a fourth person coming on and all. Sam Kay has also come on for the Steels. So what you're likely to see in this 4-3-3 is Morris going into centre forward, Barnett move on to the left wing.
Who's the one that's come on?
And we're waiting for the Whitby substitution now.
6 to 4.
As Aaron Haswell will come on, he will replace Ronnie McGrath.
Who's the substitution that came on?
Sam Kay's come on. He's come on for Alex O'Connor. So Sam Kay and Jordan Barnett making their full debuts. Sam Kay was used to playing on the seaside, being a former Bridlington Town player. As Chamalio's getting held all the way by turning off and given, and eventually something is given, much to the delight of the Whitby fans.
he's like 6 years old.
So the ball will be back now in Nelson.
Brother played in the same sort of team.
I'll tell you about it going Jordan, last minute winner.
number 8, Alex O'Connor.
Did score
And
in the
number
friendly
15,
against
John
Barnsley.
Barnett.
Our last friendly.
Replacing number 9, Luke Ross.
Ball back to Smith.
Substitution time,
Headed away by
18
Owen,
for
and then back into defence and back to Whitby, who slam a shot in, blocked and cleared, headed back into the box. Cleared away though again by Eagledon. A chance for a counter-attack here, looking for Watson. Watson, it comes off his back, but he gets control of it. He's got some help though. He's going to find the overlap of Deakin, who's going as fast as he ever has done. Back to Watson, who's going to cut inside, knock it into the box to Kay, and Kay's offside. That's the first action of the game for him. 85 minutes, half a yard offside for Sam Kay. Stockton Town are 5-0 up at Workington. Jamie Bramwell scoring. That's a long trip back to Workington for them. And Silsden have had a player sent off against Pontefract, Harry Coates, as well as Lincoln equalised against Matt McQueen, Vincent the scorer. Ball headed into the midfield now, brought down well by Woods, who just then loses the ball, and then Owen will get it and be fouled, pushed in the back line, down on the ground. Hull now 3-1 up on Wrexham. Matt Crook's the scorer. That's not going to go in the documentary, is it? The ball's now back with Townsend. Ball going forward to right wing, looking for Morris, but big header away. It will go out to play for throw-in. I think the Whitby bench are testing out how high the numbers can go before they put the added time up. All the stoppages we've had for non-footballing reasons as Owen heads the ball away, headed right back before it's returned by Tinker. It's a bit of a head volleyball between the two teams. For Charles again just heads it forward. Watson trying to challenge, but Collins will get it up into the air. Deakin will challenge. He brings it down to ground to Watson, who loses it, and then back into defence. And then it goes to Charles, who's facing his own goal at the moment in his own half, and then back to knocks it forward. Watson will get to on the right wing. Needs some men in the box. Called back to the midfield and well robbed there by Collins. Kay will win the ball, tries to get it right, blocked, and it will be almost kept in. Stocksbridge throw-in. Right, looking for Watson, and then knocked out will be another throw-in, but this time for Whitby. Jack Watson attracting a bit of frustration from the Stocksbridge fans. Jack DeGrucci not in the squad today, got a hamstring pull earlier in the week and kept out as a precaution. One of those injuries to get too serious. He was one of the more impressive players in pre-season as the ball goes out for a Whitby throw-in in their own half.
2.5 minutes of normal time remaining here.
Thrown here by Collins into the middle and then trying to tackle, but well done by Chimalia, got to go through. Now Kay tracking and Chimalia gets the ball here, gets it to Rivers, but then he tackled before it's got to go by Tinker, goes through to Morris, who's looking to hold the ball up, and got dropping deep to do so. Back it'll go to Owen. Owen out to Barnett. Barnett pins it forward for Watson. Back it'll go to Morris, who holds the ball up. And that sounds like, was that 10 minutes of added time I heard? Turner knocked it forward and no one there for it, and it will go back to Bland. So 10 minutes of added time to come. We know there were 5-minute stoppage for the Floodlight issue as Rivers brings the ball down for Whitby. Knocked out to the right, looking for Smith, but well read by Barnett, who actually seems to have dropped more into left back. Tinker seems to be going up forward more often in this one. He's back now with Townsend. 88 minutes gone. 0-0 here. Ball going forward, looking for Morris. Headed away by Nelson. Then to Gell, will just get it back to the goalkeeper. Some more goals to tell you about. Rushall 3-0 up on League. Anthony Dwyer scores his second of the game. Cleethorpes now 3-1 up on Hyde. Ben Andriucci scored as the ball just come right into the stand here after will be a Stocksbridge throw. And Stockton 6-0 up against Workington now. Michael Sweet the scorer. The ball is still here on the stairwell, by the way.
No, that's not it.
Is that a different football there? Yeah, that's not even an official match ball. What the hell does that ball come from?
Lads who have just gone for goalies.
As Tinker will see the throw down. Or should I say it on, but it's headed away to Deakin though. As Stockbridge trying to get an attack going. moving into the middle, trying to slip it forward, dispossessed, and Morris trying to get a block, but and Whitby are able to clear it away. Iggulden will track it. We can't get really a good connection on it. It goes on for a Whitby throw in the Stocksbridge half. Hallam 2-0 up on North Ferriby. Leon Salmon Howarth. The scorer. It's Leon Howarth. The ball goes back to Bland, who's been charged down by Watson. The ball goes out, headed back by Timon. Gives it to Morris, who tries to put it in the midfield. Charles didn't think it was coming towards him, but he does win the header, but he only gives it back to Woods, who looks forward. Chimalia tries to flick it to the right, but then run by Charles, who tries to launch it forward. It's just going to go back to Bland. We are now in that 10 minutes of added time. Charles heading in the middle. He's going to go to Timon really nicely. Tries to find Woods, but Deakin robs it. Only Jazz Gundry hasn't come on, but poor pass out right to Charles, and it goes out for a Whitby throw-in. Out to the left now. Full-time result, a shock one in the Carabao Cup. Doncaster Rovers have won 4-0 against Middlesbrough. Brilliant result for Middlesbrough. He goes back into defence for Whitby as they look to build an attack. Into the midfield it goes. And poor pass back and almost robbed onto there by Barnett. Cleared away. Headed away, and that will be too much by Iggulden. A free kick to Whitby. This is a chance to plug the Steels Talk podcast, because there is a player that's played for Whitby and Stocksbridge that we interviewed at the start of the year, Stefan Zoll, who plied his trade for Whitby and then later Stocksbridge Park Steels, a very unique character who survived a kidnapping in Syria. You can listen to that on Spotify if you type in Steels Talk. Ball going to go into the box from Whitby, headed away by Morris, goes and then cleared away by Barnett. And it's going to go back to Bland. I think Deakin will need to press Deakin very far forward, but he's just going to go back into the box. Out to Nelson. Nelson will flip it forward and then cut out by Kay. Gets it out to Watson. Now Watson has a bit of pace to use. Running at Collins. Cuts in on the inside. Thinking about the pass. Lays off the right, but he's offside Kay anyway, and it just gets intercepted even if it hadn't made it to him. Might have been better letting it go through to him. It's a slide pass out. Case fights for it. Bit of a coming together between the two players. It's Turner on it. Back to Deakin, who gets it out to Charlesworth. Flips the ball forward, looking to get it front to Morris, who's trying to control it. Tackle from the penalty area though by Gell, who then clears it away. Will be a Stocksbridge throw-in. Right for Charlesworth now. Charlesworth will look for the options. Finds his man on the right wing. You think it's Kay there. Back to Charlesworth, puts the cross in. Good looking cross, headed away. Edge of the area, and it gets away to Chimalio. Back it goes into Vence, and then charge down block. Goes into the box, but the offside flag is up. It would have gone wide as Morris connected with the shot. 3 minutes of added time have now happened. 7 more to go. Who would have seen that happen?
Everyone in Whitby Town would like to thank you for coming this evening. The official attendance here at the Tobar Express Stadium, 484.
So 484 here at the Tobar Express Stadium. By my count, about 20 to 30 Stocksbridge fans as well. Which, considering the distance travelled on a Tuesday night, is impressive. So the man of the match for Whitby has been given to Nathan McGinley. Personally, my choice being Connor Smith. I think he's been rock solid on the right-hand side when he's been targeted quite a bit and contributed quite a bit in attack. As Owen clears it away. Watson's going to try and see if he can break onto it. He's got the pace, but Nelson will pass it back to Bland. Bland just launches it up into the air. Kay's going to see if he can win that, but he bounces beyond him. Chimalio will win it, and he's on a very congested area on the left-hand side, but some good passing. Chimalio break of pace, just gets past his man, and he's been held by Charlesworth. It's a free kick, and it could be a booking for Tom Charlesworth. And the Steels have to defend a set piece. A yellow card for Tom Charlesworth. Foot. That's for Hollyman. So there's 2 yellow cards apiece in this game now. As Jack Greenoff has just put Pontefract ahead against Silsden. Full-time result from Guiseley. They've won 4-0 against Hebburn. And Stocksbridge have a tricky free kick to defend. Whitby did score in the last minute against Workington on Saturday. They'll be looking to work that magic again. So it's on the left-hand side. Ball in. And that is a very, very poor free kick. That was more of a rugby league conversion than it was a free kick into the box. We are halfway through at a time now. 5 more to go. Some confirmed results elsewhere. Lincoln United have won 3-2 against Matlock Town. Ashington have just equalised against Bishop Auckland. Harry Powell has scored, and Garforth a 0-0 against Grimsby Borough. Ball forward from Townsend.
Well up.
And well in. Barnett does well to hit it in. And then headed away into midfield. Woods just knocked it over Barnett. Barnett gets knocked in, and it's going to be fought for by Deacon, who gets it back into defence for Whitby, who clear it away. Headed away by Owen, clears out, goes to Watson, who's going to try and touch it, gets it back into Kay. Kay gets it out towards the right here, where Morris has it. Morris going to get down to the right, he's been met though by Collins, dribbles into the box, Watson trying to tackle, cleared away by Collins, and to the edge of the area where Turner is. Turner puts a cross in, free header, and it's safe on the line! Bland managed to get a hand onto it, but he was still dribbling backwards there as Danny Deakin got the header. And just as he was about to cross the line and give Stocksbridge a lead, Bland saves the day. 0-0 here. Oh, that could have been it. That could have been Stocksbridge's very first win at Whitby. They've not won here ever. 7 matches and 7 visits to this stadium, no wins to the Steels. Only 1 draw out of the rest have been Whitby wins. And Whitby are on the attack now. They're on the edge of the area before Kay just does a very daft shoulder barge and gives away a daft free kick. And that is just one of those head loss moments by Sam Kay. And you can hear Andy Ring is not happy about it on the Stocksbridge bench. Stocksbridge was so nicely in their shape as well. That's a frustrating, daft one to give away, especially if we are punished. Connor Smith is heading over it to it, so is Aaron Haswell. The Steels need to be on top form now from this free kick. A daftly given away free kick. Here comes Whitby. We're going to chip it towards the far post. Eagledon heads it, goes to the edge of the 6-yard area. It's slimmed, it's still on, shot on. It's on the bar twice, Townsend claws it away! I know it's a similar thing to what happened before. It hit the bar and then it's gone out for a corner kick. There are appeals and it's gone over the line. Some of the Whitby fans are cheering like it had, but it is a corner kick. Steele's almost punished, but they've still got more to defend. Short option is going to be taken. Connor Smith's just rushed out to take it. Left footer ball into the box. Into the 6-yard area. Appeals for a handball. Not given. Powerful shot blocked again. Tinker with the block. And then ball lows long trying to find Watson. But then Nelson clears it out. Throw into Stocksbridge. Oh my God. What has just happened in the last 3 minutes of this game? Both teams have been inches, and I mean inches, from taking the lead. The measure of a ruler away from either team taking 3 points in this game. Where's goal line technology in this league? Ball heading into midfield, and Owen will knock it forward. It's just going to go back to Bland. 1 minute, 20 seconds left. Ball long from Whitby. Dunked on long into the box. Owen will boot that one away. Watson tries to get it back. It's going to go out, and it will be a Whitby throw-in. As Whitby may be the team that get the last attack in this game. Throwing down line, headed on into the box, cleared away by Eagledon. Back into Nelson, who gets it out to Smith on the right. Will be met by Barnett. Smith missed his first move, but he does get it on the second time. Out to the right wing. Being forced back is Rivers. Then back to Gell. Gell in the diagonal, ball into the box. Goes back to the far hand side. It's a good one. And it slides, goes to the edge of the area, takes a shot. Just right at the far post. And again, Whitby come close. They are so close to snatching this at the end, just as they did at Workington. Stocksbridge, maybe, just that lack of match fitness is what. The fact this is the first game, not the second, is just costing them towards the end here. But this could well be the end as we get towards this goal kick now. By our count, we've got 10 seconds left. And we have just passed the 100 minute mark.
To the ends, lads! Come on!
There's been fireworks everywhere today. It's a 0-0, but it's not a boring 0-0. And there it is, 0-0 here, but do not think it's a ball draw for a second. Both teams could have won it in the last 3 minutes by inches, by absolute inches. Bland clawed a Danny Deakin header off the line, and then at the other end, 2 chances, one that was clawed off the line, Townsend, and one that hit the bar, and then they hit another one just over the bar. It's 0-0 here between Whitby and Stocksbridge Park Steels. I have been Adam Allcroft here, your commentator for the very first match of the season. We're on the board, we have a point. Thank you very much, and we wish you good night from the Tow Bar Express Stadium.
If Danny Dixon scored that header, we'd just have like 2 banks of 4 and there's no coming back.